Hello everybody, my name is Leo and with this video we share the top 5 secrets to become a better guitarist and, more in general, a better musician. These are things that I have learned in my 35 years journey as a guitarist. Let's start. The first secret is the following. Do what you are able to do and master it. In my opinion, there are technical skills for which we may be more inclined and others that can be very hard for us. For instance, when you learn the sweep picking technique, you typically learn to sweep following the classical barré form shape of the chord, typically pressing more notes with the same left finger. I mean, something like this. Well, it doesn't work for me. I mean, I'm not able to sweep pressing with the same finger more than one string. Therefore, I have learned a different way to do it. Basically, still playing major and minor chords, but with a shape that allows me to use different fingers for each string. Something like this. Once I found that this way is easier and doable for me, I decided to follow this path, practicing a lot with just this path, not using anymore the previous chord shape. I don't know why this shape is easier than the other one for me. Maybe it's related to the way I pick or the way I have trained my left hand along the year, but this is a fact. When I practice the arpeggios with the shape I can play easier, I increase the quality of the arpeggio, I increase my speed and accuracy, and overall I am happier, more satisfied and more inclined to practice even more. On the other hand, the other shape is very frustrating for me, and finally I don't improve and feel kind of stuck. That's for saying that you have to find a way that works better for you, with which you feel more comfortable and that let you progress faster and in a more satisfying way. This suggestion can be even applied more generally to everything. I mean, many years ago I learned that playing legato phrases around the 12th fret, it was easier for me and I was able to improve a lot, much faster than with, for instance, tapping. Therefore, I invested a lot more in that type of legato phrases and now I can play legato phrases that I like a lot smoothly. Obviously, you don't have to give up at the first problems, you have to try and try, but do it in a clever way. Try to follow your inclinations and try to identify the things you can do better that are in line with your way of playing, and overall try to find your own way to do things, the way that allows you to improve faster. I don't know if it makes sense for you, but this is the way I have unconsciously followed all this year. Second secret. Listen trumpet and sax players. Let's simplify. The world is divided in two types of musicians. The ones that have to breathe in order to play their instrument, like trumpeters and sax players, and the ones who don't need to breathe, like pianists and us guitarists. Now, trumpeters or sax players must stop playing when they have to breathe, and this forces them to make pauses during their solos. On the other hand, guitarists can play solos without any pause, and therefore running the risk to play very long phrases which are pretty hard to digest by their audience. So the suggestion here is, first of all, to listen a lot to trumpeters and sax players, and the second one is to synchronize your playing with your breath. I mean, try stop playing when you have to breathe. This will force you to place natural pauses in your music, and therefore you are gonna help a lot your audience to understand your solos and their meaning. Taking this second suggestion even further, here we have my third secret. Play other instruments. You may say, Leo, learning another instrument takes too much time. Yes, but here we are sharing secrets. Let's take a listen to this music. saying here is that we, as guitarists or pianists, can play other instruments with a breath controller like the Tech Control breath controller and a MIDI guitar like the U-Rock guitar. Well, you can't believe how much fun and inspiring is to imitate a trumpet while playing your guitar, therefore avoiding the technical difficulties derived from learning a new instrument. For me, this was a game changer. I remember the first time I played the couple U-Rock and breath controller, I was in heaven. Then I started listening even more trumpeters. Actually, I did a full immersion in trumpet playing, trying to play like them with the guitar. Well, when I returned to play guitar like a guitar, I was totally changed, for the better, in my opinion. Well, I encourage you to do it. For me, it has been a game changer experience, for sure. And here we are with the fourth secret: play bad instruments. Let me explain with an example. Let's assume that I want to run for 10 kilometers. Actually, I want to participate to a 10-kilometer running competition, trying not to arrive as the last runner. Well, actually trying to arrive. Well, I would train myself to run 15 kilometers so that the 10 kilometers milestone become easier. Basically, we have to train our muscles to be able to reach a slightly higher target than the one we want to achieve. And playing this guitar summarizes this concept applied to guitar playing. This guitar is very hard to play, but if I play this guitar for half an hour and then I switch to my Sir, well, I literally fly with the Sir. Basically, with this guitar, I train my muscles hard. I train them for more than needed, so that when I return to my regular Sir, my fingers just fly. Here, my suggestion is to practice with a bad guitar for 30 minutes a day. 30 minutes a day. After a month, you will experience great improvements. At least that's what happened to me. And I'm still doing it currently. For instance, when I watch television in the evening with my family, I start practicing with this guitar. And it pays off. Fifth and last secret: read books. I'm pretty sure you're gonna find it strange and maybe silly, but it worked for me and it is still working. This is not scientific, but I think it is logical. Music is a language, right? And when we read a book, we are kind of like practicing a language. Maybe the brain areas involved in improvising music and in finding the right word to tell are connected somehow. Well, this is my experience. I remember very clearly that I was reading the fastest that I can, a book with more than 1000 pages, a huge book with tons of characters and stories interrelated each with the other. I remember that the day I finished the book I had a jazz concert in the evening. Well, according to what my bandmates told me, I played like never before. They told me that my solos were great. They were so fluid, with every idea connected to the following one in a logical way. Nobody can remove from my brain the idea that my playing was the result of my extensive reading. I had all those words, stories, characters in my brain, all stimulating, I suppose, the part of the brain dedicated to imagination and that creates words. Since then, I always try to read a book before a concert. I strongly believe that this helps a lot the fluidity of my playing and my imagination. Okay, these were my 5 top secrets to improve as a guitarist or as a musician more in general. These are things that has worked for me and that I have learned along my 35 years guitar journey. I think these are concepts that everyone can apply to himself in his guitar journey. And please feel free to suggest in the comment section below what are the game-changing things you have experienced in your journey as a guitar player. I'm really super curious to learn from all of you. We have now reached the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did it, please subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell and leave a thumb up. It would be of a great help. If you're interested in my IRs or in my camper profiles, you can check out the link in the card above or description below, where there is also a link to a playlist of songs of mine. Thank you so much for watching and see you soon in the next video. Bye bye.